Hi guys, welcome to PB ShiFu. I figure I'd start a segment with quick replies via video to comments that will benefit essentially anybody watching the video to that reply. This is essentially for me to answer questions or anybody in PB ShiFu to answer questions for substantial questions that many people would have or will have in the future or the present time for paintball. So toasianforru ask, what can you do to make his marker more consistent over the chrono? This is not a hard thing to do, but it's a very essential thing to do for anybody that just gets into paintball for the first time or is starting to really get serious about paintball. Now, the biggest thing is you have to isolate the fact whether it's your marker that's being inconsistent or the items attached to your marker that's being inconsistent. Now, in order to do this, you got to first work on all the items around it, or look at the items around your marker and see what's being inconsistent. So the first number one thing you're looking at is whether you're using CO2 or HPA. If you're using CO2, you're going to want to swap that into an HPA tank. The reason why HPA is more consistent than CO2 is very simple. It's very simple chemistry, elementary school chemistry. It's because CO2 is filled in a liquid form, whereas HPA is filled as a gas form. So there, in that sense, the HPA does not have to go through what is called a state change, but CO2 does have to go through a state change. So the reason why the state change is important when it comes to the consistency of the marker is because the amount of pressure applied to the side walls of the bottle changes with the varying degrees when it comes to CO2, whereas the pressure within the bottle in the HPA tank actually gradually goes down as you use the air. So therefore, there's always constant pressure within the walls of the tank. So when that happens, the amount of pressure that goes through the regulator within the HPA tank is a little more consistent because it doesn't have to wait for a state change. One other thing is HPA tanks always have regulators on them, and in that sense, with the regulator, it regulates the amount of volume that always goes through, whereas if the CO2 spikes up, there is no control over how much pressure goes into the marker. So the next thing you want to do is a paint to bore match. You want to take a couple of paintballs, put it back into your barrel, and lightly blow through it. And the paintball should smoothly go through the barrel with light pressure behind it. It shouldn't roll out of the barrel. The next comment I want to answer is VEC TOM's comment regarding his T8.1 and the back air adapter. I noticed while watching your video and the picture that you posted on your video, you're actually using the wrong back cap for your air adapter. So you want to use the one that's kind of hollow in the back and has a hex screw on it. So make sure you put that one on instead of the one that looks like it's kind of filled. Once you put that on, I believe that should actually solve your problem. Alright, if you have any other problems, just feel free to leave a comment and hopefully we can work through it together. Alright, thank you guys for leaving your comments on the video, and hopefully we'll have a few more of these videos for other comments, and hope you guys enjoyed this little segment.